diamonds in the rough. NFL Draft Diamonds. Time to shine.
Hi, my name is Jimmy Williams with NFL Draft Diamonds, and today I have with me Jaelin Fisher, who's an interior lineman out of Charlotte. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing very well, man. I mean, weather's changing, spring is here. Most of the pro days are done out of the way, and of course, the draft is rapidly approaching, so that means that work is very, very busy. How about you, man? I mean, you've been busy, right?
Yes, sir, I've been busy. Not too long ago, I just came from workouts with another player that's getting ready for the draft.
Great. So for the people that may not know you, kind of just walk me through a little bit of your journey. I mean, kind of give me a brief summary of your history, if you don't mind.
Okay, well, back in high school, want to say my junior year is like when it like really like clicked for me. I was getting like a lot of offers, well not offers, but like a lot of teams was talking to me, and during that summer, I actually lost a lot of weight because I had a personal trainer. He was like, he's going to slim me down and build it back up, but just in muscle. So the slim part down, it worked, but gaining the weight back, it never came to it. So going into my senior year, I was 225, playing left tackle, and colleges didn't want to take chances on that. So I want to say after that season of my senior year, going to the summer, I haven't received any phone calls. My high school's coach just kept trying until he came across Charlotte, and he was like, "These are the only colleges I want to offer you, and you should talk to them and see what they say." Then got on the phone with them, and ever since then, I just fell in love with the program.
Yeah, and I think this past year, actually past couple of years have been pretty good for you there at Charlotte. I mean, you've been starting center. How long have you been the starting center there at Charlotte?
I've been the starting center for 3 years. It first started when back in 2017 when one of the starting centers got hurt, and we was playing FIU that week. We was prepping for FIU, and I was getting a lot of coaches were worried. Didn't really play center. Was left tackle converted to center, and snapping the ball everywhere in practice. So they didn't have a lot of faith in me. But a couple of players sat down, talked to me like, "Hey, this is just like practice. Just continue to do your thing and don't overthink it. Just visualize yourself making those plays. And once the game started, I did that the night before. And once it came to game time, like I visualized myself making those plays, making those blocks, making those key blocks to help the running back. And I want to say I left the game with 12 knockdowns, which was a lot. So I feel like I did great. And ever since then, I earned that spot.
Gotcha. So, I mean, a guy that's played guard and center. I feel like a lot of people are probably going to want you to, stay at center, though. I mean, with a guy your size, about 6'2", 291, I think a lot of people really want you to stay at center. At least that's my assumption. I don't know what you've heard from other scouts. But these past 2 years have been pretty good for you. I mean, you were on the Remington watch list, I believe, in 2019. And then this past year, you were on the Outland Trophy watch list. So definitely on people's radar. I mean, not a guy that, people shouldn't know. I mean, people should know who you are as a very versatile offensive lineman. But what do you think is like the best thing that you bring to the table as a prospect? I mean, like your best attribute?
My best attribute is my athletic ability. I get a lot of compliments and saying like, for your size, you can really move. And my IQ for the game is very great. I know a lot of scouts was talking about that. They said they love my IQ. So, and yeah, I would stay at center, supposed to be in that guard at tackle.
Gotcha. I mean, actually displayed, really good athleticism at your pro day. Just to kind of, go down some of those numbers that I was able to obtain. And again, uh, other people may have different numbers, but this is just what I was able to obtain. Again, a 5'12", 40-yard dash. Yeah, you're able to get a 32-inch vertical, which is great for an offensive lineman. And 28 bench reps, a 9-foot 7-inch broad jump, 7.35 3-cone, and a 4.62 short shuttle. So those numbers are actually pretty decent for an offensive lineman. Do you think that you did well at your pro day? I mean, do you think that you were able to show scouts what you wanted to show them?
Yes, sir. I feel like I did great, especially for the shuttle aspect of it. I feel like I got the fastest shuttle as of right now for the L drill. So I feel like I put on a performance that day.
Great. And I mean, obviously, kind of kicked off things, after the season, very well. I mean, you were able to go to, at least the Hula Bowl. I mean, you were originally invited to come out to the CGS, the College Gridiron Showcase. You want to kind of explain why you couldn't make it out there?
Well, the reason I couldn't make it, well, I came down with COVID, but here's the story how I got COVID. So one of the players that I was training with back in Nashville at Boost, he came in one day and somebody passed gas while we was working out, and everybody was laughing, and you just hear him say like, "What happened?" And it was like, "Oh, you didn't smell that?" He like, "No, I can't smell nothing right now." And everybody like looked at him and backed up. He's like, "What you mean you can't smell nothing?" So we got like a can of air freshener, and it sprayed it like near his vicinity, and he said, "I can smell it, but not as much." Then the day after, he wasn't a no-go for that day for the workout. So I came in. I was feeling pretty good, but I was a little off. I could still taste food, but my scent smell was getting like it was losing itself. So I finished the workout, but I decided not to come the next day. And that day I got COVID tested. It came back positive.
Yeah, man, it's unfortunate. I mean, I was actually in the same boat. I mean, I ended up getting tested positive for COVID. Couldn't really make my flight out there to Texas, which really sucked because I was really looking forward to meeting a lot of you athletes out there. But there are different levels of it. I mean, some people they lose their smell, some people don't, and mine was a fairly mild case. And obviously right now the pandemic has really affected a lot of people. I mean, you figure a lot of games were canceled. And a lot of small schoolers are playing their games right now for spring league, which is kind of weird to see football in March and April. But I mean, I'm not complaining, but I mean it's a little weird, watching them now. But again, one of the good things is even though you weren't able to go out there to the College Gridiron Showcase, you did make it to the Hula Bowl. So tell me about that experience. I mean, what sort of stories can you offer from that?
That experience was crazy. Seeing a volcano in my life, having like we was in a hotel and the volcano was right there. The ocean was beautiful. The competition was great. I actually got to be coached by Rex Ryan, and just overall it was fun. They put me at left tackle because we didn't have that many tackles due to injuries and whatnot. So I got up tackle, and I feel like I played my best game there. But realistically, I don't think they'll be looking at me at the next level for the tackle.
No, that's fine. But I mean, to be able to, I guess, be willing and able to go out there and hold your own for a good portion of the game, I mean, that's actually a pretty good thing. I mean, maybe obviously not left tackle. That's not going to be your pro position. I mean, maybe left guard or obviously center, which you obviously played. But being able and willing to go out there, I mean, I think it's great. I mean, who are you matched up against, man? Like, who gave you like the most competition out there at the Hula Bowl?
I don't remember any names, but I want to say the defensive end from West Virginia. He had a couple moves that like really caught me, but nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, obviously, it's very good that you were able to go out to an all-star event, see players from all over, really get to test yourself against all of them. Um, so let's kind of take a step back into your days, just at Charlotte. Share maybe one of your most memorable moments as a football player, if you don't mind.
One of my most memorable moments is when we played, I want to say Fordham, a non-conference game. We played Fordham at home, and we was up by a lot. And during one of the quarters, the lights shut off. And while the lights were shutting off, I pulled around and made like one of the key blocks to make one of the running back score. And it felt like a Nike scene.
Cool. So I mean, just got that one block and boom. Like, was that a score or how was that? Like,
it was a score. They counted it as a score.
Nice. So obviously you're up against Fordham. I'm assuming this was what? Was this what year was that?
2018.
2018. So that's a couple years back. I mean, obviously this past year, did you guys play a full schedule this past year?
No, we didn't play a full schedule. I want to say we got to, 6 games, and they cut us off.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely crazy because, like, I mean, you're used to playing 10, 11, 12 games, maybe getting to that bowl game, but a 6-game season, I mean, I know a lot of people are very upset about that, but, the one thing is, students actually had the, opportunity to maybe hold back and stay in college if they wanted to because the NCAA was granting them that. I mean, what went into your decision as the reason why you came out and didn't stick around?
The reason why I came out is just a lot of off the field issues that was going on with my mother. She didn't have like transportation to get to or from work consistently, and I just felt like that would have been selfish on my part if I would have stayed another year. So I just wanted to help her out, help my brothers out, and just put them in the best position that I can.
Right. And I mean, obviously, if you get to the pros, you get yourself a pro paycheck and hopefully be able to really help out your family like on so many different levels. So, I mean, that's I definitely understand where you're getting at with that.
Sure.
I'm gonna ask this question to you, and I know for some people I get weird answers. So, if you were to give your younger self just a little bit of advice to prepare him for the next 4 or 5 years, I mean, just kind of going back, looking at that one kid, that one scrawny, kid coming out of high school, what sort of advice would you give him?
I feel like I would have told him take the game a little bit more serious than what you did back in the past. I know younger me, I used to kid around a lot, used to play around, and really didn't take much things serious. So that would be my biggest advice to him, just taking everything serious and actually putting the time to work and develop yourself as a person and as a player.
Gotcha. So, I mean, obviously you've been able to do that over the course of the past several years. I mean, again, being a starter for a few years there at Charlotte and really doing well and getting on a lot of people's, watch lists and stuff, which I think is great. Tell us just a little bit about you more than just a football player, man. Take us off the field, maybe what you did as a student there at Charlotte and anything else about yourself that you want to share. Go for it.
School-wise, my major is Africana Studies with a minor in American Studies. I'm set to graduate this upcoming May. And a little bit about myself, really big on family. I love to be around family, love being around my girlfriend. I love to hang with my friends and everybody. I'm a big TV guy. I like watching television, like going to the movies. I'm really into the Marvel stuff. I do watch anime actually, and some shows that I'm watching are Hunter x Hunter and Demon Slayer. Some of those animes that I'll be watching.
Great. So you're from Nashville, right? That area?
So I'm from
So
Nashville.
tell me a little bit about your hometown. I mean, where if I had to go to Nashville, like what are some of the places that I'd have to see? I mean, I think a lot of people when they think of Nashville, like they think of other like you know, other places that they have to go like on a vacation. Where what are some of those places that you would recommend?
Yeah, the downtown area is a real is a real. I'm trying to say. It's just exciting to be down in Nashville in the downtown area. You know, you got the Predators down there. Then not too far away, you got the Tennessee Titans Stadium, and it's just a nice little view.
Great. I mean, is there like your go-to restaurant down there that you kind of always say, man, like I just love going there and telling people? I mean,
Oh, my go-to is either Princess Hot Chicken or Hattie B's. We
all
really
right.
know the hot.
It's interesting because when people think of Nashville, like they think of maybe, oh, I don't know, like barbecue or something. So I don't know. Is that no?
Uh, really, people don't come down to Nashville for the barbecue. They really go to Memphis for the
Oh,
barbecue.
okay. There you
Yeah.
go. Well, it's a you know, it's close. That's the reason why there's a little bit of that confusion there. But I mean,
Yep.
I think most people go to Nashville for the music. So what do you listen to these days for a guy that's from Nashville? What's your go-to guys that you listen to these days?
Um, as far as genres, I'm just not getting into like country music. Like hearing like their stories and how they write the music and everything is really I really like it. I like hip hop, rap, and I like R&B, some smooth stuff. So those are stuff that I'm listening to. Can't be listening to rap 24/7. Just got to open up your
No,
Verizon of everything.
no, I hear you. I mean, I just said obviously when people first think of Nashville, I mean they think of like these country singers with their like southern drawl and like cowboy hats and all these other like corny things. So like I don't know if that's something that you've embraced yet or not, being down there. But I think obviously with being in a locker room setting, like you always got other things blasting in your ear.
Mhm.
And I think like just like you said, and you almost need to be able to step out of that occasionally and just kind of
Yep.
you know dip into maybe some of these other genres, and just to kind of I don't know cool yourself off or something. But hey, as we begin to wrap up, man, I mean, I just want you to give your why as to why why you play football, why you're trying to make it to the next level, and just talk about your motivation before we close up.
My why is what I stated previously is my mother. I know she tried to take care of me and my two other brothers by herself, growing up in a single parent home, uh, just living like paycheck to paycheck, trying to pay like the light bill and whatnot. So seeing how like she works, her work ethic, it just motivates me to work better and just put her in the best position that she could be in. I don't want to have to stress about anything anymore. So that's my why, and that's my motivation into like why I play football.
Yeah, I mean, I think each and every athlete out there would definitely agree with you and just want to be able to one of these days give your mom like this blank check and just say, Mom, whatever you want. Like, I want to be able to provide for you because you did so much. So yeah, awesome, totally. And very last thing, man, is I want you to give all those professional teams out there your pitch as to why they should take a chance on you, draft you, sign you, and what kind of player you would be if they took a chance on you.
Uh, First day, they'll just see my work ethic and how I approach the game. I feel like my work ethic is everything, and I feel like they'll love that about me. My IQ that I bring to the table is out of this world, and some other things like just being a leader and also like being that person that'll help anybody that needs help. So that's what I bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we kind of touched on it already. I mean, being a leader, like you said, on the football field. I mean, you figure as the person who is the center who has to manage everything. I mean, you've got to have control of each and every play out there. Got to be able to communicate with the rest of your teammates. And then, like you already mentioned, and we talked about, I mean, being a very athletic guy who can actually move. I think more and more teams these days. It's not so much so about having the biggest guys, but the guys that they can move around, having like maybe a spread open system, where they could, get the ball out quick and they can rely on you to, maybe, run out and pull on a block and really make that play, which I know you can do. So, Jaelin, thank you so much for your time. Wish you best of luck moving forward. I mean, I know you got a pro day. And that's all taken care of and out of the way. But I mean, we are just counting down the days now. I mean, we're in the last few weeks before this draft. So best of luck to you as that approaches. Okay.
Thank you, Jimmy.
All right, you're welcome. And again, Jaelin Fisher, interior lineman out of Charlotte. Check him out.